Arsenal are welcoming Chelsea at the Emirates this Tuesday, as both teams are looking to win the match. And remember, Arsenal are first in the league with 74 points, and Chelsea are 9th with 47 points. So the 3 points, I think, Chelsea need it and also Arsenal need it, but at the moment we know that Chelsea can't win the league, but they are fighting to play in the Champions League next season, or maybe playing in Europa League, not to talk about UEFA Conference League. But the Premier League, the Champions League, I think it's a bit too tight because they're sitting 9th with 47 points, 19 points behind the top 4, with Aston Villa sitting 4th with 66 points. Chelsea are 9th with 47 points, and they need to win the rest of their games this season for them to be able to feature in the Champions League next season. On the other hand, Arsenal are first with 74 points, and having bowed out of the Champions League against Bayern, they'll be looking to win their first trophy, their first Premier League trophy in over a decade, and they'll be hoping to give their fans a bit of something to cheer about. Remember, Arsenal have not won the league since 2004, I think, and they'll be looking to do it in 2024. That is almost 20 years. And Arsenal's men are facing Chelsea at the Emirates Stadium at home, and they'll be hoping that both Liverpool and Manchester City drop points this week. Remember, Liverpool and also Manchester City are playing this week. So we have Arsenal and Chelsea. Chelsea, they need points. They need to, if they are to play in Europa League next season, they need to win their next games, because they are 13 points behind the top 5. Yeah, Chelsea are sitting 13 points behind the top 5, as Tottenham Hotspurs are sitting 5th with 60 points. So for Chelsea to be able to play in the Europa League, I think they need to be in 5th or 6th position, and they will be looking to win the game against Arsenal to boost their chances of qualifying for Europe next season. So I think Chelsea need it. Remember, this season they didn't play part in any European football. They were not in the Conference League, they were not in the Europa League, and neither they were not in the UEFA Champions League. And the Chelsea standard requires you to be playing in European football each and every season, and I think they'll be fighting for that against Arsenal, because they need the 3 points. Remember, Arsenal also, they need the 3 points, because they are looking to win their first silverware this season. If you leave alone the competition they won against Manchester City, that's the curtain raiser. So we are going to look at the both two teams form at the moment. Remember, Arsenal won their last game against Wolves at away. They won 2-0 with that Leandro Trossard and the captain Martin Odegaard, ensuring that the Gunners returned back to winning ways, and in a style, 2 goals, 3 points, and a clean sheet for the Gunners. On the other hand, Chelsea were a bit disappointed and upset as they were eliminated in the FA Cup semi-finals against the holders, that is Manchester City. The goal scored by Bernardo Silva in the 84th minute was enough to knock out the Blues in the FA Cup, and that is the second trophy, or rather the second cup they were being eliminated in the finals, because they lost the final against Liverpool in the Carabao, and also they lost in the semi-finals against Manchester City at Wembley Stadium. So in the last 5 games in all competitions, Arsenal have won 2 times, they've drawn once, and they've lost twice. On the other hand, Chelsea have won twice, drawn twice, and they've lost only once. So I think in the last 5 competitions in all between Chelsea and Arsenal, I think as Chelsea have been superb. They've been brilliant, because Arsenal, they lost against Bayern Munich and also lost against Aston Villa at home in the Premier League. I think those two are the two losses that I think they have in the last 5 games, and also the draw against Bayern at home, the 2-2 draw. So I think it's not been a good run in April for the Arsenals. I think April is always not their month, because this is where they always lost it and blow it all. So playing against Chelsea at home in April, I think it's going to be a tough one for the Arsenals, and hoping that they could win. So head-to-head starts between Chelsea and Arsenal. These two teams have met a total of 63 times in the Premier League, with Arsenal winning 25 of those games and Chelsea winning 20 of those games, and they've drawn 18 times of those games. So this tells you that between Arsenal and Chelsea, it's always a tight one, because no team has more wins the difference between Arsenal and Chelsea, I think that's 5 wins, and I think those 5 wins have been the past 1 or 2 years, because in the past 1 or 2 years, I think Arsenal have been superior than Chelsea, and I think this is where now the gap widened between Chelsea and Arsenal in terms of head-to-head stats. So as I said, both teams are looking for the win, with Arsenal sitting first and Chelsea are 9th in the Premier League. The last time these two teams met was back at the Stamford Bridge. So the last 1 or 2 years that Arsenal have been buzzing in this kind of fixtures, this derby, and as I said earlier, Arsenal have been winning or getting the points over Chelsea, and the last time Chelsea won against Arsenal was back in 2021 in the Premier League, and it was at the Emirates Stadium. So they'll be looking to repeat that when they face the Gunners at the Emirates Stadium this Tuesday. But Arsenal will continue to will be looking to continue their winning streak against Chelsea, as they're all looking to win the Premier League the first time in 20 years. So let's talk about the team news at the moment, and it's not a good news for Chelsea fans, as Pochettino confirmed that Cole Palmer, Malo Gusto, and Ben Chilwell are a doubt for this game, with Ben Chilwell, I think, is a knock, and also Malo Gusto is a knock for this game. Remember, they've been brilliant for Chelsea this season, also Malo Gusto. And another bad news for Chelsea is that Cole Palmer missed the training today with illness, and he's a doubt for the game against Arsenal. I think this one is a big loss for Chelsea. If he won't make it to play against Arsenal on Tuesday, I think Chelsea will have a hard time to win against Arsenal. But it's just an illness, it's not an injury, and illness, I think we are wishing him a quick recovery, and I think he'll be able to face Arsenal at home. But at the moment, we know he missed training. He didn't train today, and we are waiting for him tomorrow, maybe, if he will be okay. It's not an injury, and when somebody is sick, maybe 24 hours, maybe 48 hours. So I think maybe he will be fit enough to face the Arsenals. But all in all, we are waiting for the team sheet tomorrow at the Emirates Stadium. So looking at their possible lineup, Arsenal, and I think they won't change much against the team that faced Wolves on Saturday. I think they'll be just maybe, if not one, maybe for Trossard, Martinelli. I think that's the only place or position where I think there'll be a change if it needs to be. But for Chelsea, I think with now Gusto, Palmer a doubt, and also Chilwell a doubt, I think that there'll be changes with the I don't know how he'll go with it, but I think there'll be changes in that game. So for the Arsenal, I think it will be just one, that is maybe Trossard and Martinelli. But for Chelsea, I think there will be. So we wait to see if Palmer will be out, and I think he'll be replaced by Conor Gallagher in that position, and Conor Gallagher will be replaced by Fernandes in this position, with Enzo, with Caicedo as well. So no much changes for Arsenal, but for Chelsea it depends, and we await the fitness for Gusto and Cole Palmer. Chelsea and Arsenal fixture has always been one of the best derbies in London, and it's yet another one which we have, and it's going to be an interesting one, with both two teams are fighting for something, and they have something to lose, with Arsenal fighting for the title and Chelsea fighting to play in Europe next season. So both teams have something to lose, and with Arsenal they have the league to lose, and Chelsea they have the European football to lose. So it's going to be an interesting one, and we wait to see if Chelsea will overcome the Emirates pressure, or will Arsenal stumble once again and lose the game, or maybe draw and hand Liverpool and Manchester City the title.